Director and Administrator of this Option 3 Accountability Association, United Community of Homeschoolers Unlimited. So I have a great conversation piece to bring today. Not so much a question, but I had a conversation with a new homeschool parent who will be getting started this year. And I've had this conversation with many families actually, but it's this idea of having all of your subjects completed every single day, or working on the subjects with your children that they have, you know, in their school year every single day, and having long homeschool days, okay? So let me break this down just a little bit, just to give you some thoughts and insights around this subject, okay? So first, let me let you know who I am. As I mentioned, I'm Angela Jordan Perry. I am the owner and director and administrator of this Option 3 Accountability Association here in the state of South Carolina. The name is United Community of Homeschoolers Unlimited. What that basically means is I give families legal status to homeschool all over the state of South Carolina, meaning anyone, any part of South Carolina, they can be members with me, where I provide legal status for them, giving them legal status if they're eligible. They have to have a GED or higher to do so, okay? Also, I have been homeschooling for 19 years. I have 8 children, 3 of whom I've graduated, 5 of whom I'm still homeschooling. We make our home in the northwestern part of the state of South Carolina, where we are self-sustaining farmers, soon to be not farming. And then I have my outreach into many areas of homeschooling, because my purpose-driven life is to make a positive impact on thousands of homeschoolers worldwide. I have a platform called Girlfriend's Guide to Homeschooling with Angela Jordan Perry. I have the podcast, which is Girlfriend's Chat with Angela Jordan Perry, and Educating Our Own. Those platforms are specifically focused and geared to those of the African diasporic community. Then I have the Homeschool Upstart, which is a community where I help you get started. It's a 20-day video coaching, all the things you need to know in your homeschooling journey. That is one platform. You can go to the homeschoolupstart.com to learn more. And then I have the Homeschool Upstart podcast. That is a podcast for the homeschool community at large, and it's just fairly new. Had my 2nd week today. So that's just a little bit about me. So let's dive into the subject of completing homeschool subjects every day and having long homeschool days. All right, so in the state of South Carolina, the law indicates the subjects in which you must homeschool your children. They are math, science, social studies, reading, and writing. Okay, math, science, social studies, reading, and writing. 5 subjects that you must homeschool in. That's all that the law indicates around specific subjects. Okay, it does not say that you must homeschool your students in those subjects every day. Nope. It does not say that your school day must start at this time and end at this time. You must have 4 hours in homeschooling. Option 3 law does not speak to that at all. All right, that's the beauty of Option 3. Option 1 and Option 2 has hourly requirements. Okay, Option 1 is which is public schooling in your home through computer. They will have these subjects however they are set up. Maybe it's every day, all day, I don't know. But in Option 3, you do not have to do all of the subjects for your children every day, making it long homeschool days. This is how I work it. I know personally by noon, when it's lunchtime, I am done. I don't want to see another book. I am done. I don't want to homeschool anymore. I'm ready to eat and transition on to the other things I have to do. Business work, doing live videos, whatever I have to, making phone calls, talking to families who schedule time with me to chat by phone. So my school day starts for my kids. It starts at 9 o'clock and we're done by noon. That little bit of time, 3 hours. Okay. They have an hour and a half of self-study, which includes spelling, their writing, studying their geography, because I'm teaching them to draw the world by memory. Right now we've done the United States. Now we're on Africa. They're learning how to draw that by memory. They are working on multiplication on their own, or addition facts, subtraction facts, or some memory information, like going over different things I have them do. So, and self-study is an hour and a half, and they know the things that they need to complete in that hour and a half. Okay, guess what? The other hour and a half is now me giving them instructions on specific things, whether it's math, or we're reading science together, or we're reading history together and having a discussion, or depending on the day, me giving them spelling tests to make sure they understood the spelling, multiplication tests, reviewing phonics with my younger one. So whatever, that's all. An hour and a half self-study, an hour and a half of me giving instruction. That leads us to noon, 12:30 at the most, and then I'm done, right? Now, how do I do that? Because I'm not doing all the subjects every day. We are doing math every day, other than the self-studies things that they have to do every day and go over, and they just keep progressing in those self-studies things. Then I am going to do math with them every day. They need to do that every day. Oh, and self-study, part of that is reading. They have to do some minute, and they keep a timer on all these different things so they know what they need to do. But what I'm doing in that self-study time is teaching them time management. They're young, you know. I'm not talking about my 15-year-old who's in high school. She has a different regimen of time. She doesn't really have any time with me, all right? But they're learning self-management time, time management in that hour and a half, because I have a sheet of all the things they need to do, and when they've done it, they check it off, all right? So that's that. Then the other hour and a half, they're doing math. I'm going over math with them, and then we're either doing, for one semester, we're going over history, and I'm reading to them in history, and we're having dialogue about history, okay? And then what else am I doing? And then grammar. And I only would do grammar, I think it's 2 days a week. And I'm about to make my schedule for this coming year, but I'm talking about last year. Then the next semester, math is every day. And then we're giving a focus to science. All right. And so then I'm reading with science, and we're discussing science and going back and forth about science work. And then a few days of the week, we're going over grammar. Always on math. On Mondays, we're doing spelling tests and all of that kind of stuff. But I don't know about you. So by noon, 12:30, I'm done. I'm ready to eat, and I don't want to see another book. Books are away, and we're done. And if they didn't complete any self-studies time, all their stuff that they have to do in that self-study time, then they have to finish it later on in the day and use their free time to finish what they didn't finish, okay? So that's how we work it in our home. Long days. Your school day should be no longer than what you want it to be, all right? So if you know that you really don't get moving and your brain is not working until 10 o'clock, hi Sharika, and your brain is not working until 10, then don't get ready to do any schoolwork until 10. I know that while they start at 9, I really don't get going until 10:30. I have my own quiet time, I have my own meditation time, I have my dance time. Every day I have to dance. That helps me move energy, emotions and stuff through my body and get rid of all that stuff. So I have to have some time to dance. That sounds weird, but this is my routine. And then I shower and get myself ready and presentable. And that goes from me waking up at 8 to 10:30 to 10. And then I'm ready to go, jump in and start with them, 10:30. But my attention span is so short, from 10:30 to 12:30 at the latest. I'm done. I'm spent. I'm over it. And that's it. So if you're in South Carolina, while we don't have a certain amount of hours you have to study, do schoolwork, then please make sure you make it the length of time that you can handle and that your kids can handle. If their attention span is, they can't go longer than a certain amount of time, don't try and make it 8 hours a day, 7 hours a day. This is crazy. Now, my rule of thumb for you all, if they're kindergarten, an hour is plenty of time. Then add 15 minutes for each grade level that they go. So let's look at how that looks. Kindergarten, an hour of all the different things and fun stuff. First grade, an hour, 15 minutes. Second grade, hour and 30 minutes. You get me? Third grade, an hour, 45 minutes. Fifth grade, an hour, maybe 2 hours. This is really true to how much time it takes for them to complete their studies. My kids are now just finishing up 5th grade, and we're going right into now high school level subjects. I skipped the middle school year, so we're going to start incorporating high school stuff at this point. And so 2 hours of study now will be plenty of time, okay? What is that 2 hours of what? 2 hours of coming from, some of that stuff is coming from their self-study time, and then some of my instructions. But nevertheless, I'm only doing an hour and a half of instruction on anything. So I would divide it as needed just for that hour and a half. So please, 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 please don't do all subjects every day. That would burn you out. And figure out how much of time that you need, or that you can give mentally, and make sure you're honoring the amount of hours and time of study that each of your children need per their grade level or maturity, okay? If you know that they can only do 45 minutes at a time in the morning and then 45 minutes after nap time or whatever, then split it up. But don't keep yourself in a box trying to make something work that is not working, all right? If you know you need that break, give a break. Split it up in the morning and then in the afternoon. I did that for a period of time too when we lived in Virginia. We had separate time. So just give you some insights and give you the affirmative that you can do it that way and make it happen the way you need to make it happen. After all, this is homeschool. This is not public school in your home. This is homeschool. So homeschool does not look like public school. It looks like how you're going to do it in your home. All right. If you have questions, let me know. Be sure to share this. You just never know a homeschool family who needs to hear this insights and be released of this pressure of subjects every day, specifically if you're in South Carolina. And make this adjustment to whatever state you're in if you're viewing this, if it works that way. Okay. All right. Share, share, share. Be sure to follow and like United Community of Homeschoolers Unlimited on Facebook. And go over to YouTube and do the same so that you can get videos there. I have over 100 videos on YouTube with all subjects regarding homeschooling. Go do that. Go find the Homeschool Upstart podcast on anchor.fm. You can find me there or on all podcast platforms. The Homeschool Upstart podcast. I'm talking on a lot of different subjects there, different than these videos here. If you're of the African diasporic community, be sure to go over to Girlfriend's Guide to Homeschooling with Angela Jordan Perry, Educating Our Own, and Girlfriends Chat, the podcast, okay, with Angela Jordan Perry. All right, take care. Peace to all of you.